Hello everybody, Halcrex here, and welcome to another Mercenary Thoughts from the Inner Sphere. And today we're moving into some clan vehicles. We're going to be discussing the Shamash Reconnaissance Vehicle from the clans. It's basically a beefed up Savannah Master. That's even better. Let's just put it that way. It's 11 tons. It's a 1320. So yes, you heard me correctly. It's a 1320 moving hovercraft. You know, it's like suddenly you have something that can get those 5+ modifiers on the table. Yeah. Ooh. What's not to like about that? Yes, it's the clans that can do it. All right. It has a fusion engine. It's a 1320 moving vehicle. It has 10 single heat sinks because it has a fusion engine, so it comes with those. It has 2 tons of armor, ferrofibers, which, you know, gives it 38 points of protection, just enough to keep the crew from falling from falling out. Which, hey, what can you say? Operates very similar to the Savannah Master. If you ever have any of those on the table, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so weapons. It has 4 ER small lasers and a turret for 2 tons. Yep. It has 2 tons of space to be able to put weapons on board. And, you know, when you got a weapon system that goes out to 6 and you are able to move 13 to 20 inches or hexes, yeah, you can close the distance pretty quickly. A lot of times these things will be flying around the backfield and getting into the rear with the gear and nothing flat. It's like on turn 2, they're probably already back there harassing anything that may get near them that they can find. So you got those LRM carriers hiding in the back. Well, suddenly, no, it's already going to be in the backfield and giving some shots into the rear. You get basically 4 or 5 of these things on the table, and with a battle value of what, 500? Yeah, they could take out a like say an SRM carrier and LRM carrier just like that. It's gone. But the only problem is, you know, with the armor with it, yeah, you're probably going to have a 4 mod or so on it to help prevent from getting some damage to it. But, you know, if you're facing off one, let's say a SRM carrier, something's probably going to get through. But it can survive one shot from an SRM 6. Usually it's going to get hit with 8 points of damage, so that can get spread around a bit. And hopefully you're not getting hit with mobility hits. So, yeah. All right, so it's one of those vehicles that when you get it into the game, you're going to be looking at, okay, do I want to get it stuck in on the second turn, or do I want to wait to 3, 4, or 5 when things are shot up a bit? Then they can dive in and start harassing things. Now, like I alluded to earlier, this is one of these vehicles that you want to keep away from the big pigs early, especially those ones that have those pulse lasers and targeting peters are really good pilots. So if you got a pilot with a pulse laser, heavy pulse laser, medium pulse lasers, and targeting system, or just like a 1 or 2 gunner on it, yeah, they'd make short work of one of these. And it's like, oh, switch targets, take that thing out, it's gone. It's most likely what's going to happen. So you got to wait for later in the game when they're really stuck in with other targets and they're like, okay, I got a shot at some light reconnaissance vehicle that has some small lasers, or do I want to take on that big heavy pig that's in front of me that's dishing out 40, 50, 60 plus points of damage a turn? Yeah, what do you think it's going to take I'm going to shoot the guy that can possibly do 20 to me. Nope. They're probably going to take shots at the big thing and hope that they can take it out. Now, against inner sphere stuff, yeah, these things can really tear them up. you get into anything that's inner sphere that has like a 4 pilot, the odds are they're not even be able to even get a firing solution until they're up close and personal. And then you're looking at, lasers, most likely, maybe some SRMs or something of that nature, might be able to get a shot in. But if you're looking at medium range, yeah, you're looking at a 6 mod typically, and you're looking at 10 pluses. So yeah, they're probably going to look at something as, okay, I can shoot the thing that I can hit it with 7s, or do I want to shoot the thing with 10s? Oh, yeah. What do you think they're going to go for? But they know the risk they may come from having something like this in their back. Because you get this thing up into the rear arc real quick, you can strip all the armor off, and if you have 4 or 5 of these things, they can just tear all the armor off somebody in the rear and then just light them up and start punching holes through. Any type of vehicle getting into the 6 of any mech can really tear it up, because like in our last campaign we had just Pegasus vehicles got in behind a Battlemaster, and 2 of them tore armor off, took out the gyro, some engine hits and some pilot hits, and basically took a perfectly good Battlemaster, and the only damage it had was just on its rear arc. That was it, and it went down. So yeah, job can be done. All right, now there's a couple other versions of this little interesting vehicle. There's 2 versions. There's the Flamer version. This one, it takes the 2 tons and replaces it with 2 extended ranged Flamers. Battle value is only 220, almost 230. So yeah, you get some ranged out with Flamers. Yeah, you got less damage output, but if you're facing off against any type of infantry of that nature, yeah, you can just cook them out of whatever they're hiding in. And that would be really good. I think that's where this one really kind of shines, is like if you're playing in a conventional combined arms type of battlefield, a few of these with Flamers and a few with the standard ER small lasers can do some really good work, especially work in conjunction with they can handle some damage handout damage to any type of mech, raise the heat levels, maybe even force, if you play against players that have the propensity to run their mechs really hot, and you hit them with a couple Flamers and raise their heat index up, yeah, they're not going to be liking you. Suddenly it's like, oh, you got a shutdown or an ammo explosion on this low number. But I've done that before with Flamers, where the only damage you ever did to that mech was heat. There wasn't even damage, just raised up their heat scale, and next thing you know, boom, their ammo goes off, and that was it, done dinner. So it is possible. So I see the usefulness of it, especially when something is only 228 battle value. Yeah, you go into a battle with something like that cheap, you can throw a couple of them in there and cause some havoc. Then there's the interdictor version. This is the kind of an interesting one. This falls kind of directly into the Savannah Master style. This comes in at 520. Which is 16 more points more than the original version, but it has a ER medium laser and an ECM suite. So basically, you're fighting against a lot of, let's say, Carino that has C3 networks, or anybody that's running C3 networks together. Running a few of these around will shut down networks really quickly. And with that ER medium laser in the turret, heck, that's like having an inner sphere large laser floating around out there. That can dish out some good damage. There's nothing to be sneezed about that. And it's like, hey, I'd be happy to have a 4 or 5 of these guys running around with some ER medium lasers, clan style, just punching holes into somebody. So yeah, you can run a combination of a couple of the interdictors, a flamer version, maybe a couple originals, like in a small point version of them, and yeah, you're got an all-comers type of loadout there, where if you're playing against combined arms, you're playing against vehicles. You know, it's like the flamer version. You hit somebody with those, it's like, okay, yeah, we just punched up your heat. You have no way of handling that, so let's roll on the crit table. So something bad can happen really quick. All right, so that's pretty much it when it comes to the Shamash reconnaissance vehicle. Very useful. Very useful. But the thing that surprises me when they call it reconnaissance vehicle, that they don't have a version, like the interdictor version, replacing the ECM with a Beagle probe. You know, go that route. Or taking the other version, would take off 2 ER smalls and replace it with a Beagle probe, so you're able to run around looking at targets, finding stuff for you. You know, I can see it very useful that way. You know, there's another version to go to battle with. All right, so that's it. Hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe, share it to friends, and we'll see you next one. Hellcracks out.